In baseball, not every hero is born with power that shakes stadiums or speed that turns heads. Some are built from grit, the kind that doesn't show up in stat lines, but lives in the small, consistent choices a player makes when no one is watching. Ernie Clement is one of those players. A name that might not headline marquee matchups or dominate highlight reels, but one that stands for something pure: dedication, humility, and the relentless pursuit of improvement. His story isn't about fame. It's about faith in the grind. It's about how belief and work ethic can create a place in a world that doesn't always reward patience. Born on March 22, 1996, in Rochester, New York, Clement's path to professional baseball was never easy or guaranteed. He didn't grow up in a baseball mecca. He didn't have year-round sunshine or a clear scouting spotlight. But what he did have, from the time he was a kid, was love for the game. He fell in love not just with the idea of baseball, but with its rhythm, its order, its quiet beauty. Every day was a chance to get a little better, to master something new, to find joy in repetition. That mindset, that patience, would become his defining trait. At Brighton High School, Clement stood out not because of eye-popping numbers, but because of his steadiness. He played with a kind of intelligence that seemed well beyond his years. Coaches noticed how he always seemed one play ahead, anticipating hops, reading pitchers, moving instinctively. He wasn't loud, but he was always there. The one who made the right throw, took the smart swing, executed the small moments perfectly. For Clement, baseball wasn't about flash. It was about precision and reliability. His talent and maturity earned him a spot with the University of Virginia, one of the most respected college baseball programs in America. There, Clement's growth accelerated, but not because of fame or glory, because of challenge. The Cavaliers' culture of discipline, structure, and accountability fit him perfectly. Every practice demanded focus. Every game demanded poise. Clement, who already understood the value of details, thrived in that environment. He didn't just play. He learned the architecture of winning baseball. In 2015, during his time at Virginia, Clement helped the Cavaliers capture the College World Series championship, a pinnacle moment for the program and a turning point in his journey. On a team filled with talent, Clement wasn't the star who hit towering home runs or threw no-hitters. He was the glue guy, the reliable infielder who made the routine plays, who moved runners over, who kept the energy steady when the stakes rose. In many ways, that championship represented everything Clement stood for. The idea that team success often depends on the invisible, quiet efforts of players who simply do things right. That same summer, while celebrations echoed across college baseball, Clement didn't pause. He kept training, refining his game. He knew that success wasn't a finish line, it was fuel. When the Cleveland Indians, now Guardians, selected him in the 4th round of the 2017 MLB draft, it was both a reward and a challenge. He was now part of a professional world that can be both exhilarating and unforgiving. The minor leagues are where dreams are tested, and for Clement, they became the proving ground for everything he believed in. It wasn't glamorous. It was bus rides, low lights, and long days. But Clement embraced it. He didn't need the spotlight. He needed the work. Each game was another chance to refine his approach, to study pitchers, to become sharper defensively. More than anything, he learned adaptability. The professional game demanded versatility, and Clement responded by becoming a true Swiss Army knife in the infield. Shortstop, second base, third base, wherever he was needed, he performed with quiet excellence. What made Clement's rise different was how unflappable he remained. Baseball is a game built on failure. Even the best hitters fail 7 times out of 10. For many, that pressure can eat away at confidence. But Clement had something few players his age did: perspective. His even temperament, his unshakable focus, and his respect for the grind gave him balance. He wasn't defined by one at-bat or one game. He was defined by consistency. That mindset carried him to his dream moment in 2021, when he made his major league debut with the Cleveland Guardians. The call-up wasn't just a career milestone. It was a culmination of patience, sacrifice, and quiet resilience. When he stepped onto that field wearing a big league uniform for the first time, it was the same Ernie Clement who'd practiced in freezing New York garages, who'd grinded through college workouts, who'd logged miles on minor league buses. Nothing had changed except the stage. And even on that stage, Clement stayed true to himself. While others might have felt pressure to make a big splash, he played his game. Smart, steady, adaptable. He put the ball in play, executed situational hitting, and made sharp plays across the infield. His defense was crisp, his awareness sharp. He wasn't trying to be someone else. He was proving that the player he'd always been was enough. His contact-first approach stood out in a league where strikeouts were skyrocketing. Clement's compact swing, his discipline at the plate, and his ability to put the ball where fielders weren't made him valuable. He played like a throwback, a reminder of when baseball valued table setters and defenders who could change games without the long ball. Managers loved his flexibility. Need a utility man? Clement was ready. Need an emergency start at third base? He was already warming up. His dependability became his identity. When he joined the Toronto Blue Jays, that reputation only grew. Surrounded by some of baseball's brightest young stars, Vladimir Guerrero Jr., Bo Bichette, George Springer, Clement's quiet professionalism fit seamlessly into a team hungry for balance. He wasn't just a depth piece, he was a stabilizer. His energy never wavered. His preparation never faltered. And when his name was called, he delivered, whether it was a clutch single, a slick play in the field, or a smart base-running decision. Blue Jays fans began to take notice. They saw a player who might not steal the spotlight, but who played with purpose and pride every time he stepped on the field. They saw someone who loved the game deeply, who represented everything right about it. Clement became the kind of player fans root for, not because he's a superstar, but because he's authentic. There's a quiet poetry to Clement's career. It's a story of endurance in a sport that rarely guarantees anything. It's about finding meaning in the grind, about waking up every day and putting in the work, even when the world isn't watching. He's proof that baseball still rewards discipline, that heart and character still matter as much as raw ability. And perhaps that's what makes Ernie Clement so important to the modern game. In an era of analytics, exit velocity, and hype, he's a reminder that there's still beauty in the fundamentals, in a player who studies every pitch, who perfects his footwork, who treats every at-bat with respect. Clement's game is an ode to the timeless elements of baseball: awareness, control, teamwork, and focus. As his career continues to evolve, there's a sense that Clement is still ascending. His improvements at the plate, his growing comfort in the field, and his increasing confidence all suggest that his best years may still be ahead. But even if his journey never leads to superstardom, his legacy is already secure, because he's earned something rarer than fame: respect. Every team needs players like Ernie Clement, the ones who don't just fill rosters, but fill the spirit of the clubhouse. The players who lead by example, who prepare meticulously, who bring stability and heart. They're the heartbeat of the sport, the glue between stars and strategy, between hustle and harmony. When you watch Clement field a tough hop or battle through a long at-bat, you're watching the essence of baseball. The game's purity lives in players like him, those who care deeply about their craft, who understand that greatness doesn't always announce itself loudly. In time, when people look back at Clement's career, they may not remember a single record-breaking moment. They'll remember a man who gave everything to the game, who represented effort, professionalism, and love for baseball in its truest form. And that, in its quiet way, is legacy. Thank you for watching this tribute to Ernie Clement, a player whose story reminds us that not all greatness shines the same. If you enjoyed this deep reflection on his journey, his perseverance, humility, and timeless approach to the game, be sure to like, share, and subscribe for more stories that celebrate the heart and soul of baseball.